Next up is we're going to have a quick peek at what's coming up in a future update. So first of all, there's blacklisting cars. Do you want to?
Yes, absolutely. You want to drive around a little bit while we chat about that? Okay. So about blacklisting cars, which is kind of the internal name for this. We know, and the community obviously know, that there are some cars that are very, 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 very good at Rivals events and online adventure. And we've been thinking about ways that we can work with that and address that. And we don't want to change the cars because the Track-tor, for example, is built in the way that it's built because it's a fun experience. And the Boneshaker as well. They're designed to be experiences. But we recognize the fact that that can be disruptive when you're trying to be really competitive in a Rivals event, for example. So what we're doing is we're working up a system that will allow us to set a restricted car list for certain events, which will be Rivals and online adventure. And those cars will not be available for use in those events. And we will delete leaderboard entries that were generated historically by those cars. And that will remove like the worst offenders that we've seen from Rivals and online adventure. That's not, unfortunately, in this update because we're building it in a way that would allow us to be very specific, like only block the Track-tor in like B class if we needed to do that, or B class and A class, but maybe leave it in the others if that's not so much of a problem. And we'll be able to do that from our servers, so we won't need to patch the game if, for example, we add in more cars that possibly end up being like really abusive in that kind of situation. So that update is coming. As soon as we know more about that, we'll obviously share it in more detail.
And if people want to see a car blacklisted, they just tweet at you. And
yeah, and I'll just any time of day or night, I'll tell you whether your car is. No, that's not how we're implementing this.
That's at Torben Elliott.
Oh God, my phone is going mad. So you will be able to, with a button press on the actual PI class for the Rivals, see a list of the cars that are restricted. And similarly on ranked and unranked adventure, you'll be able to press a button and see a list of cars that are not available. They also won't appear in the selectable car list.
Cool. I mean, that last point absolutely makes sense.
Yes, otherwise it would be like, don't use these cars, but you could use these cars. No,
I would imagine that would be the least that this feature would do.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, as soon as that is closed out, the work's done and is ready to go, we'll talk about it and obviously show it on an upcoming stream.
Cool. And the other thing, we're not going to dig too deeply into what exactly this is, but you know, you might want to hold on to your thoughts on points, or indeed complete a few extra thoughts on lives before our next live stream.
Yes, just have a bit in the bank.
Yes, I know that's good advice. Yes.
So starting off with
the M3. I love this car.
Yeah. So I mean, I think this holds a special place for all of us because this was a DLC car in Horizon 1.
Yeah.
Very track worthy. So maybe jumping the Rossion.
Okay.
So yeah, I think these things weigh 1,000 kilos. Was similar to a Noble M12, I think. So they use a Ford V6 that's twin turboed up to 500 horsepower. So that's about 500 horsepower per ton. So it's a fairly rapid little car, this. If you go back a couple.
There we go.
GT1 car, full slick tyres. Yeah, it is literally a race car. I would normally say a race car for the road, but this is just a race car.
Yes.
Here we go.
Ah, the Divo.
Turbo, 1,500 odd horsepower.
And listen to that.
Whoa, that's a good sound, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I've been Mike Brown. This is Chris Wills, and this is Torben Ellett. Thank you very much. Good night.
Yeah, take care, guys.
Play it on Xbox One.